These are happy children. These are not abused children.
Clarence Cooper has lost all 4 of his kids to DHS. He says a relative convinced the kids to tell caseworkers their dad kicked them with a steel boot and spanked them with a cutting board. So have you done any of the things that you've been accused of doing?
No, and my children would even advocate. My family advocates. Friends advocate. Everyone who knows me and knows my children know that I'm not the man who abuses these children.
Even though the initial report said the kids' stories were inconsistent, after 2.5 years of fighting, Cooper gave up.
Eventually I was given a choice to sign over my parental rights or continue to force my children through termination hearing after termination hearing to sit up on a stand and say something, and I couldn't put my children through that.
Now Cooper says he's going to fight for an overhaul of the agency in charge of protecting children.
Instead of jumping up and down and flailing my arms the way everyone else does, I'm attacking with the one thing they can't really hide from, and that's the truth.
In this petition, he calls DHS organized crime, and he's taking it to lawmakers to ask for help.
It's not just me who's affected by this. It's not just my children who are victims of this, but there are thousands of families who are victims, and there are thousands of families who have not yet become victims, who have the potential to become victims.
State Representative Richard Morissette has heard from many of those families in public hearings about the agency.
The names change, faces change, but the game remains the same. And you hear it enough that these people aren't exaggerating, they're not making it up, they're not lying.
At the first hearing, DHS Director Howard Hendrick promised he would listen.
If there's some way that services can be improved, we're willing to listen and try to make that happen.
Morissette warns people who fight the system are met with resistance.
I'm not exactly on their Christmas card mailing list at this point.
Cooper hopes one day he'll get more than cards from his kids.
I don't say that every parent is innocent. There are children who are authentically abused who need to be protected, but we cannot forget the lives and interests of innocent families and children.